everybody, so today I'm going to be doing an updated skin story because it has been over 4 years since I last did this. I did it in December 2015, so I have obviously had a lot of changes since then. I actually went back on Roaccutane again for another couple of months. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes. I'm just going to talk you through my skin story right from the start. Just for those of you who haven't seen that video, you don't have to go back and watch it because it's kind of embarrassing. It's really bad quality. I sound like a man. I don't know what's wrong with my voice in it. It's really low pitch. And I mean, I cry in it and it's just, yeah, don't go and watch that video. I'm going to tell you all the same information in this video. So I am also going to be posting pictures of my skin from the past however many years it's been since I started getting acne. So I'll even try and post maybe like a few from like when I was like 12, when I first started getting like signs of acne up until now. When I was on Roaccutane, I did actually, like the first time I went on Roaccutane, I took pictures like every month throughout it, and I'm so glad that I did. So I actually have like a little sort of timeline of how my skin improved throughout the time that I was on Roaccutane, the first time that I did it, but then I didn't do it again. I took a picture a year after I came off Roaccutane, so I've got like a good, like how it actually helped my skin picture. I'm just going to try and describe to you how it was since then. So yeah, obviously I am not going to have pictures of my back, but I mean, if I can find any pictures that have a picture of my back in it that's not meant to be, then I'll insert it. I don't know if that makes any sense, you'll see what I mean. But I'll insert pictures of my face, maybe if I have some of me not wearing makeup, just so you can see kind of how my skin was. Even when I am wearing makeup, you can still clearly see that I have acne sometimes. So yeah, I'll just upload pictures throughout this video, and then I'll also at the end I'll insert the pictures that I did in my last like skin story video. I don't really know what to call it, my Accutane story. So yeah, I'll insert all those pictures right at the end of the video as well, so you can see the process from, I think I started it 5 months before I went on Roaccutane up until the day I finished, and then another one 1 year after. And then I'll also insert a picture of my skin now. So if you do want to go back and watch any of my videos, then I am going to link all of my Accutane videos down below in the description so you can go and have a look at those. I have ones where I tell you all the side effects, so I did like a month 1 and month 2. I think I was planning on doing it every single month, but like the side effects just didn't really change much, so I didn't really feel the need to. I did frequently asked questions video, and what else has there been? Oh, I also did a survival kit, so if you want to know like any good creams and stuff to use while you're on Accutane, then you can go and watch that. Please excuse my eyebrows in these old videos. I don't know why, but they start about here on my face, so yeah, I just got a little bit carried away with the tweezers. So yeah, just forgive me for that when you're watching it. Just try not to focus on my eyebrows, try and focus on what I'm saying if you can. So the first sign of acne was actually not really acne at all. I just had like bumps on my forehead. They weren't spots at all, they were like skin coloured, just bumps. I don't know what they were, like why they were there. I was about like 12 or 13. I remember that sort of seeing pictures from when I was in year 8. I hate looking at pictures from when I was in year 8. My hair is terrible. I have braces and it's just not a good look. But yeah, that's when I first noticed that I started getting bumps on my forehead, I think was year 8. So yeah, I would have been 12. I remember my friend showing me her acne and she had it on her back, and I remember, I think maybe I had a few on my face by that point, but I just remember thinking like, wow, I'm really lucky that I don't have it on my back. Yeah, like I mean, obviously like hers wasn't even that bad now that I'm thinking back to it. And then I started getting my acne on my face when I was like, it wasn't even as soon as year 9, so when I was 13. But yeah, she obviously just got it a bit earlier than me. She was a little bit older, like she was born in like I think September and I was obviously born in July, so we were almost a year different. But yeah, so I just remember her showing me her back acne, and I just remember I didn't have it at that time. So I didn't have it when I was 13, so it must have been when I was 14 that it started to get bad on my back and my chest. But I did have a little bit, I think, on my face in year 9. It was when I was in year 10 and 11. I hate looking at pictures of myself from year 10 and 11 because, oh, and 12 actually, they're just so ugly. Like they're actually disgusting. This time my hair got a little bit better because it was longer, so it was heavier, it wasn't as flicky. Didn't have my braces anymore, but instead I had really bad skin and really dodgy eyebrows, so I hate all of my photos from when I was like 12 up until I'm like 20. Hate them. No, maybe 18. I think yeah, as soon as I got rid of the acne, the eyebrows sorted themselves out and I can look at the pictures now. So I went on Accutane initially because I had tried everything. So many things. So I had tried obviously like certain face washes that are supposed to be good for your skin, for acne prone skin. I tried home remedies, so I tried like tea tree, I tried doing like homemade face masks, I googled everything. Like, did I put lemon on my skin? I don't know, I know that's good for scars. I can't remember if I did that for spots. Probably did. I tried everything. I even put toothpaste, and by the time I put toothpaste on, it wasn't just like on one spot, it was like everywhere. Yeah, I literally had toothpaste all over my face, my back. I think Sudocrem, I read at one point, helps. Yeah, so I tried everything. I went to the doctors, they gave me a cream called Panoxyl. So it was like a little gel, just came in a little tube, and it bleached all of my pyjama tops. I didn't wear it in the morning, I just wore it at night. And then that didn't work, so the doctor gave me like the next cream up, which was called Brevoxyl. I don't know how you pronounce these things, but yeah, that did nothing as well. So then I went on Dalacin Tea Tropical Solution, which is like a more of like a watery sort of thing, and it comes with like a dabber on top, like a bingo pen is what it reminds me of, and you just sort of like dab it on your skin. And I got given that at the same time as limacycline tablets. I know that the limacycline tablets actually do work for a lot of people. I had a friend at uni who was on those and they worked wonders for her, and my brother, they work for him, lucky for him. So yeah, but they didn't work for me at all. So the doctor then changed me on to Differin gel and erythromycin. I think is how you pronounce it. They're little red tablets, and I took 4 a day, so 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. That didn't help improve my skin, but it also didn't let it get worse. I think it improved a little bit when I went on holiday and it was in the sun, so I think the sun dried up a lot of it. I went on holiday, that was in July. I actually missed my prom, and I'm kind of glad that I missed my prom because I was really stressing about finding a prom dress that covers up my chest and my back, and just trying to look nice at prom when I didn't feel good. So as much as I would have loved to have gone to prom, it saved me the stress of finding a dress that worked for my skin. In September 2013, so I was 16 years old, I finally got referred to the dermatologist, and I'm just impatient, I think. So I was like googling all sorts of things that like I might get put on, what can help skin, and I was actually googling about Accutane, and I scared myself so much. So I watched all the bad videos of Roaccutane really. I didn't ever really watch any good stories. I think I'd seen them, but I didn't focus on those, because it's like when you buy something online and you look at the reviews, you see that it's got like 1,000 good reviews and 2 bad reviews, but you read the bad reviews just to see why it's bad. So yeah, I was watching all of these videos, scared myself so much because I saw that a girl, she went in the sun and she came out in like huge blisters all over her body, and yeah, that just terrified me because I loved going out in the sun, I love holidays, traveling, like that's my life now. So yeah, no, I wasn't having that. So I got referred in September and I had my appointment in October. So I went to the dermatologist in October and he told me that he was going to put me on Roaccutane, and I literally just burst into tears. Like I was scared myself so much that I just cried. I knew every single bad side effect of that tablet. I didn't even focus on the like simple ones like dry skin and like dry eyes and stuff like that. I focused on the like liver damage and the like blisters in the sun, and I can't even remember what else there was, but just everything that is bad about this tablet I knew. So yeah, I'd scared myself pretty bad. Did start crying. The dermatologist was like, oh my god, why are you crying? I basically was just like, I don't want to go on it. But he was like, yeah, you're going on it. Anyway, before you go on it, you have to do like tests. You have to do like urine samples to prove that you're not pregnant. You have to go on birth control, so you can't get pregnant because it's very dangerous if you do get pregnant while you're on Accutane. And then you also have to have a blood test before you start, just to check that everything's all good to go on it, because it is a very, very strong drug. So I booked my blood test for the 16th of December. Turns out that that wasn't even my blood test. So I remember this, like, just being so prepared and having scared myself so much because I hated injections. I had one at school and I nearly fainted from it. Like, I'd never fainted from injections before. Like, I had all my things, they were fine, never bothered me. But it was a cervical cancer jab. I had like 2 out of 3, and then on the third one was like, it was fine to start with. I went back to my lesson and all of a sudden, like, I just stopped responding and I was like pale and I was about to throw up and I couldn't walk. Like, my teacher literally carried me out of the room to get some fresh air. Didn't faint, didn't throw up, but you know, it wasn't a good feeling. So ever since that point I've been scared of injections, and obviously a blood test is not an injection, but it's like it's a needle anyway. So yeah, I'd mentally prepared myself for a blood test, and then the doctor didn't even do it. He just gave me the birth control, which was the Rigavidin. I don't know how you pronounce it. But yeah, I had that for the birth control. Yeah, so then we ended up booking a blood test for in a few weeks' time. So it was actually on Christmas Eve in the end. It was a fasting blood test, so I couldn't have even done it on that day anyway, because they hadn't told me to fast or anything. I had my blood test on Christmas Eve. Felt a little bit dizzy, but it wasn't too bad. Obviously, I've had quite a few blood tests since then, because when you're on Roaccutane, you have to have a blood test every single month and do your, I think you do, no, you don't do a urine sample every month. I think it's just a blood test that you do every month. So obviously I've had quite a few by now, but I hate them. Obviously I've had others, like at uni, like I kept getting dizzy and stuff, so they checked like my iron levels and stuff, but that was for a different thing. But every blood test pretty much that I've had, I felt slightly dizzy, but each one that I've had, I've got worse. I'm just terrified of them now. After I had my blood test, then I was able to book my next dermatologist appointment to be able to go and get the Roaccutane. So that was booked for the 24th of February 2014. Yes, 24th of February 2014. So in total it took me from September to February to actually be able to get Roaccutane. So that's what, like January, February. That's 6 months to just get it. I'm not sure why I had to wait another couple of weeks. Maybe they just didn't have it in stock, I don't know, but I ended up taking it on for the first time on the 3rd of March 2014, and I was terrified on this day. Like, I was just sat in my room crying, scared to take it. My mum was like, just do it, why are you even scared? So she sat there and watched me take the first one, because I was literally sat in my room for like 20 minutes just looking at it like, I can't do it, I'm gonna get liver problems, I'm gonna die from this little tablet. But I'm so glad that she finally made me take it, because it was the best thing I've ever done. I forgot to mention that I'd actually stopped taking the Differin gel and the erythromycin tablets. I stopped taking those a month before I went on Accutane, just because my mom told me to like get it out of your system. My acne got a lot worse by the time I finally started to take them. I'll insert the picture of how it was 5 months before and then how it was day 1. It definitely got a lot worse. And then obviously going on Roaccutane, your skin gets worse before it gets better, so it got even worse after the first month. And it was horrible. I hated how my skin looked. So yeah, I finally was able to come off Roaccutane in July or August of that year, so 2014. So how old was I? I was 17 by the time I came off it. And I do remember, because we did an American exchange trip and they came over at the end of June, beginning of July. My skin had cleared up by then, so I didn't have any acne left. It was just scars on my back, so I still wore like t-shirts to cover it up, but my chest was fine, I think. It like didn't have scars. I never scarred on my chest, so I was able to wear like a low t-shirt like this one. I was able to wear those by then, which was great, but I still covered up my back. But I'm pretty sure my face was fine. I did wear makeup obviously though, but yeah, so it was only scars, but I had no actual acne, no spots left by June, and then I would have come off it in July or August. Yeah, I think it would have been August, because I'm pretty sure I was on it for 6 months the first time. Even though it was better by the end of June, I think you just have to stay on it for the full 6 months. Basically the scars on my forehead just went. I still had the scars on my cheeks. It was kind of like here where I tended to get most of the scars, and then around my mouth a little bit as well. and they took a lot longer to heal than obviously my forehead. So I'd say maybe like 8 or 9 months for those ones to heal fully, and then it took about a year for my back to heal. I'm not sure of the exact timeline because obviously I'd finished it in August, so I had no more spots from say the beginning of July, and then it was next year I went away on holiday for like my girls' holiday when you finish your A-levels, and like you couldn't even tell that I'd ever had acne because my skin was just so good by that point. And so yeah, it had taken a year for them to fully heal. A lot of people asked me that question on the last video, so I thought I'd mention that. But within that time I did actually go back on Roaccutane. This was middle of 2014. I was in year 12, so I was 17 by the time it had gone, but I still had scars. And then I went to Wisconsin in the October, and I don't remember having really many scars on my face, but by the time the December came, I remember seeing 2 spots pop up on my back, and I just got really scared, so I went to the doctors and he just put me straight back on Roaccutane. It was just very chilled and relaxed, and I don't even think I went and had blood tests. I don't know, it was really weird considering how like strict they were the first time that I did it. But anyway, so I think I'd started that from January, so I came off that in mid-June, and I wanted to come off it before I went on holiday because obviously I knew that I was going to be tanning and spending a lot of time in the sun, so I wanted to come off it before I went on holiday, so I did. Luckily it just worked out that I came off at that time anyway. Yeah, so I had gone back on it then, but it wasn't really necessary because I did only have 2 spots, but I mean it might have got worse. And then I do this timeline in my head by what holidays I went on. I don't know why, but I remember how my skin was on holiday, but I don't remember how it was at home. Maybe this is just because I look at pictures of my holidays more often. I don't know, maybe I just remember these things. So my timelines are done by holiday. And anyway, so in September 2015 I went to Florida with my family, and when I was there I had like 3 spots come up on my back. Don't know why I remember the number, but like yeah, a few spots on my back, and it scared me a little bit. But I didn't really think too much of it because obviously I was on holiday. Like my mum said, it could have just been like a change in the water, because we have quite hard water here. I don't know what the water's like in Florida, but like a difference in water type can have an effect on your skin. I don't know, it can have an effect on your hair and stuff. So yeah, it could have been that, it could have just been the food I was eating, I don't know, but I didn't really think too much of it, as in that I needed to go back on Accutane because I was on holiday. So yeah, and then I started uni at the end of September, and my skin was fine for the first few months, and then at the beginning of December it started to get a little bit worse again, and I actually made my skin story video at the end of December, and I said in that I'd started to get bad skin from the beginning of December. I had like bumps on my chest, not spots, but just like bumps, and then a little bit on my back and a little bit on my face. And I said in that video that I wanted to go back on Roaccutane, and I did. I went back on it for a 3rd time. Same time of year every time that I went on it, from January until like June. And then when I came off it, I was kind of scared as to how my skin was going to get. So the doctor put me on a birth control that was kind of for skin. So I was back on like a different birth control rather than the Rigavidon that I took during Roaccutane. I went on Dianet. They don't prescribe it as a birth control anymore because it's so strong. They only prescribe it as a skin treatment. So I do have to pay for it. And then they also gave me Duac cream. So I've been using those since I came off Accutane. I went to South Africa the summer after I came off Roaccutane. My skin was beautiful, and then it was still amazing a year later when I was on holiday that year as well. Yeah, I put that down to having had the Dianet and Duac. I don't think I actually used the Duac until my skin got bad, but the Dianet, obviously it's a birth control, so I took it almost every day other than that week that you have a break. You're only allowed to stay on Dianet for a year at a time, so I came off the Dianet and then went on to, I think, a different birth control pill that's still kind of strong but not as strong as Dianet, and that didn't really work for me. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe it was the Rigavidon again, I can't remember, but whatever it was that I went on it didn't work. By the time I went to Morocco in December 2017, so 6 months after I'd finished the dye. Well, actually I think I finished dyeing it in September, so a few months after. I don't think I had any spots on my chest and my back, but I had like just a few around my mouth. I'm very inconsistent with taking things. I don't know, so it could have been just the fact that I wasn't consistent in taking the birth control. Maybe that's why it had come back, I don't know. But I was having like a big travelling summer that summer, because that was the summer after I finished uni, so I wanted my skin to be good by then, but it started to get bad around May, and so, not terribly bad, but just a little bit on my back around May and obviously into June. So I went back on Dianet. My skin got so much better over that summer, so from the Dianet it must have been, it could have been the sun, it could have had something to do with it, but I think it was the Dianet really, because I mean my skin's so bad that could it ever react to the sun? I don't know. And then my skin was good like for the whole next year, and the doctor didn't even tell me to come off Dianet. He actually said like it's fine as long as you don't mind the increased risk of like blood clots and stuff, then it's fine. You can stay on it. So I've stayed on it, and I'm very bad at remembering to take it though, so maybe that's why my skin's bad now, I don't know. So I started working for Disney in May 2019, and my skin was like fine up until that point. When I went to my audition in April, I remember I had like 2 spots on my face, but like my back and my chest were fine. And yeah, like obviously I got like the odd spots throughout like the past couple of years anyway. And I started working for Disney, and I think just because of the work that I was doing when I first started working there, there was a lot of sweating, and yeah, I broke out on my forehead, but not in like acne. It was those bumps that I had when I was like 12-13 years old, and yeah, so I just had bumps on my forehead for like maybe a month when I first started working in Disney. And yeah, I put that down to probably the heat and the sweating. I did always wash my face after I'd been doing sets so that I wasn't like sweaty for the whole day, but yeah, they healed when I stopped doing that as much. And yeah, and then I had perfect skin throughout the whole summer and the autumn, and then it got to around December and I broke out on my chest, just in bumps. It wasn't like actual acne, but yeah, I had to, it was like red and bumpy, so it looked like I had a rash on my chest, so I had to put foundation on it for work, which I really don't think helped because it was a really full coverage foundation. And then I started to get like a couple of spots just on my face, and then by January I'd started to break out on my back. So January 2020, so this one just gone, I'd started to break out on my back, and yeah, my skin's just gone downhill since then. So at the moment my chest has got a lot better since I've been home. So I left Disney at the end of January, and by the time I left Disney my back hadn't fully broken out, but I did have like a fair amount of acne on it, quite a bit, like just at the top of my back. It didn't really come down like past my bra strap really. Yeah, I remember just being very conscious about that because obviously other people helped me get dressed, so when they zipped me up obviously they could see my back, and I was like, oh, I don't like it. I felt very self-conscious about that. And then obviously I put the foundation on my chest, and obviously I had a thick coverage foundation so you couldn't really see it when I was working, but yeah, I was very, very conscious about it. And then yeah, since then it just got a little bit worse. I went to Australia and I was hoping that it would clear up in the sun, but I didn't actually really get a chance for it to go in the sun because so I went to Australia and I was promoting a volunteer company. So I was going around universities. I had a big heavy backpack on, so I was sweating a lot. It was very, very hot some days, and I had a backpack on. So I actually got like really bad acne on my shoulders. I didn't take pictures of it though. I didn't think to take pictures of it, and it was just disgusting, so I didn't want to. When I say really bad, like it wasn't really, really bad. Like I had maybe like 3 or 4 spots on each shoulder, and then obviously like it went down onto my back a little bit as well. But compared to like what it used to be, it was mild. But I'd say like just before Australia to during Australia, I'd say it was probably like moderate acne again on my back. So I did still have the bumps on my chest when I was in Australia, and then I had like a little bit of acne on my back and on my face as well, so I was very self-conscious getting into a bikini, but then at the same time, like, I've kind of gotten over it now. Like, I think it's going to be something that I'm always going to have to deal with, so I've kind of gotten over it. Like, if I want to wear a bikini, I'm going to wear a bikini, you know. None of my friends ever comment on it, they never say anything. Obviously I think they notice, but they never say anything unless I bring it up. So like, I have brought it up, and like, I have my friends say like, oh no Chelsea, you have really nice skin, and it's nice to hear, but I know it's not true. I definitely don't have nice skin. I have had nice skin in the past couple of years, but definitely not at the moment. Yeah, but then since I've been home, so I actually came home early from Australia. I was supposed to be there for, well, I don't really know how long I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be travelling until the end of April, but I was supposed to be going over to Asia, and then the coronavirus broke out, so I was like, oh no, maybe I'll just stay in Australia for an extra few weeks and then maybe go to Asia, depending on what the situation is. And then it just got so bad that I actually had to just come home. So I've been home since, I think it was the 18th of March, 18th or 19th of March that I actually flew home, and my chest has cleared up since I've been home. So I've just got like very, very, very few bumps on my chest now. And then my back, like, I still have like a few spots. None of them are really big though, I don't think. Obviously I can't see my back, so I'm not 100% sure. But most of it on my back is now just scarring from the last couple of months. So I do think that my diet has had a part to play in it. I am actually going to make a video on like whether healthy food has helped me over the next couple of weeks. If it doesn't work, then I'm tempted to go back on Roaccutane, but I can't do it while I'm traveling, and I am planning to be traveling for, I don't know how long, probably for a year at least, and then I'm planning to go back to Disney as well, so I can't go on Roaccutane while I'm at Disney. Well, I could, but I'd have to lie to them and tell them that I'm still at home, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, I don't know. If coronavirus lasts for a while, then maybe I will go back on Roaccutane, but at the moment I'm gonna see how my diet goes, because I was actually planning, as soon as I came back from Australia, because of the virus, I thought, well, I'm gonna be at home for a couple of months, so I may as well go back on it. But then I started to notice that my skin got a little bit better since being home, and I do think that's to do with my diet. I genuinely have a strong belief that that is to do with the food that I'm eating. It's a lot less processed foods, it's all whole foods really that I eat at home. I have the occasional bag of crisps and sweets, but yeah, like on the whole I'm eating a lot better. I'll let you know how that goes. I am still on Dianet, and I still have a Duet cream, but I only really use it when my back is bad. But when I do use it, I find that my back gets better. I don't really find that it helps my face though. Maybe a little bit, but I don't really think it has much effect on my face. But the Duet cream is definitely the best one that I've tried. So if you are still looking to get a cream before trying Accutane, then maybe try out the Duet cream. So yeah, this video has become very long. I did actually film an updated skin story back in December 2018, but I never uploaded it. I just kind of forgot really, but I was planning on getting all the pictures and putting them in it, so I'd even edited it, it was ready to go, other than the fact that I hadn't put in the pictures yet, and I just couldn't find the pictures because they're not on my new laptop, so they must be on my old laptop, and I just never got around to actually looking in it. And then I've got Christmas decorations in the background, so I left it. I was like, oh, I can't upload it now, it's March. So yeah, and then it came to Christmas this year. Again, I forgot. I could have uploaded it, but yeah, I just thought that I'd refilm it for you guys now, so that, because obviously it's now a year and a bit since I filmed that, so obviously a lot's changed. My skin was, I think, pretty good when I filmed that actually. I might insert like a little clip just so you can see how my skin was in December 2018. I wasn't wearing makeup in that video, so you can actually see how it was. It's just not in my family genes to have good skin. I always think about going back on Roaccutane. I don't know if the doctor would let me. I did go to the doctors the other day about my skin, and he was absolutely rubbish. I'd never seen this man before in my life, and he was like, oh, I'm not going to change your pill because some might make it worse, so we're going to stick you on Dianet still. He was also like, wash your face, and I'm like, I do wash my face. What do you think is wrong with me? Like, he's like, diet has nothing to do with it. Well, actually diet probably does have something to do with it. He was just telling me all this stuff. I was like, dude, come on. I know that he was just helping, but I do genuinely think that diet plays a part in your skin and how it looks. but then at the same time I don't, because I now don't eat cheese, I don't eat any kind of dairy, and I don't eat meat. My skin's still bad. Why is my skin still bad? Vegans are supposed to have glowing, healthy, non-acne skin, and here I am, defying the laws of veganism. I am going to be inserting all the photos of how my skin looked from day one of Accutane up until I finished, and even a year afterwards, so enjoy those now. So yeah, that was my skin. I definitely don't think that Roaccutane is a long-term solution. It definitely cleared up my skin and it looks amazing compared to what it used to, so I am 100% so glad that I went on it. And obviously, as I said, I'm considering on going it again, but I am now looking at it as a short-term fix. Maybe different skin types it helps long term, but me personally, it has not helped me long term at all. I've obviously gone on it 3 times for a reason, and then now it's gotten bad again. So that is it for this video. If you did enjoy it, then give it a thumbs up. I'm also, as well as the diet video, actually I'm planning on doing another frequently asked questions video, because I have done one previously, like 6 years ago. It will be linked below if you do want to go and watch that while you're waiting for the new one, but the new one will be a lot better because it's frequently asked questions that I got on my last skin update video. So people ask me the same question over and over and over again, and obviously I want to be able to help everybody out, but it gets a bit tedious typing out the same reply when I've replied to somebody else. So I'll be able to just send people the link and be like, watch this video, all the information is in there. So saying that, don't be scared. If you do want to ask a question, feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video has helped you in some way or another. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and subscribe to see more videos. Thank you for watching. Bye!